SpongeBob is funny, kind, and friendly, right? Well, you're actually wrong, because today I'm turning this yellow creature into a nightmare. But since I'm using Scratch to do this, I gotta start with absolutely nothing. So I started with player design, and here's how it went. Yeah, I don't think you can even call this a player design. So I took this girl from my Subway horror game and gave her a few changes till she looked horrific. Just look at how cursed the nose is. But now it's time for an intro. Yes, you heard me right, an intro. But this ain't any ordinary intro. This is the Nickelodeon intro, because Nickelodeon created SpongeBob. So I watched this thing for myself and made my very own Nickelodeon intro. This itself took about an hour, but now is the moment you've all been waiting for. The SpongeBob characters. And here you can see me working on SpongeBob himself. So I'll see you when he's done.
5 minutes later.
Alright, I have finally completed the yellow sponge, and just look at him. He looks just like the real thing, but even better.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I also changed the characters' names so that I don't get by Nickelodeon. And speaking of characters, I also created Patrick and Squidward. But I needed another character, so I asked AI and it told me to make Mr. Krabs. So here's the money-thirsty crab himself. But now it's time for some backdrops, so here they are. Also, I gave the game a name because SpongeBob Horror just sounds lame. But with all that said, here's what my game looks like now. Fire intro right there. Man, that was quite a splash. But anyway, where am I? Bikini Bottom. Also, why is the moon red? Who's Patrick? Bro, what is this rock? Whoever lives in this rock must not be smart. Is that pineapple okay? Looks like it's staring at me. Interesting. It does. Oh well. Now I need to design the interior of the pineapple, since this game takes place in a pineapple under the sea. Luckily for you, I already created it. So here it is. As you should have seen, there were 3 doors, so that means 3 rooms. And I thought it would be a good idea to introduce the mascots in these rooms. But the only question is how? So after thinking and 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 thinking, I came to the conclusion that SpongeBob's friends should be boss battles. Yes, you heard me right, SpongeBob's friends, but not SpongeBob, because I got something much bigger planned for the psychotic Sponge himself. But anyway, the first boss is Patrick, and since he lives under a rock both figuratively and literally, I decided that he throws rocks at you and you have to throw them back at him to kill him. But now it's time for Squidward, or shall I say Squidworm. Now since this octopus loves playing his clarinet, holy stutter, I gave him the ability to throw music notes at the player and actually damage it. And since wool blocks vibrations, I made a cozy wool hoodie for the player that's used for deflecting music notes and damaging the boss. But now it's time for Mr. Krabs. And since he's obsessed with money, I decided that his ability would be to spew money at the player. But this boss battle is different, because the player doesn't just catch the projectile and throw it back, but instead, they cut up the money with a sword and cause sadness in the crab. So in summary, you emotionally defeat this boss. But before we get to SpongeBob, make sure to comment down below what your favorite character is. Okay, so since you waited for this, here's the game plan. Every time the player kills the boss drops a key. The player uses this key to teleport out of the room, since there's no doors to exit with. But there's one more use of these keys that I'll explain later. But anyway, once the player defeats Mr. Krabs, they are teleported to the roof of the pineapple. At the roof, SpongeBob is waiting for you, and so is a mini village. While it may look like a toy, it is actually a disguise for SpongeBob's devious plan. So what's the plan? Well, the block of cheese shrinks the player so that he can use his claws to kill the player. And during this segment, the player needs to collect resources for a bow and arrow, which he'll use to kill SpongeBob. But these resources are inside of the village houses, and this is what makes it difficult. But you may notice that these houses have door locks, and that's where the keys come in again. And I know you're thinking that the game is done and I should just stop yapping about it, but in order for it to be horror, I still need some jump scares. So here's Patrick, here's Squidward, Mr. Krabs, and the scariest of all, SpongeBob. But I'm done with yapping, so here's some well-earned gameplay. Alright boys, I'm skipping the intro part because I already showed that. But anyway, let me start, okay. So, Patrick's our first boss here. I'm just gonna skip this a bit. Alright. Yeah, you know how it's done. We throw rocks at the starfish himself. Wow, that was quick. Okay. Alright. The key should come any second now. Alright, let's collect that. Teleport. Okay. Alright, next is Squidward, guys. Also, as you may notice, I hate war, because the original room says I love pain, but I wanted to give a good message to the world, so I hate war it is. Okay, I'm blocking these music notes with my hoodie. I got one life, so gotta be careful. Okay. Okay, I think I got enough time. Okay. Yeah. Squidward down. Okay, hopefully Mr. Krabs won't be super hard, but I have to break all his money, like, so much. And he could just hit me less times, but he also has to hit me for a while, so it'll be a close one. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna speed this up till the very end. Uh-oh. Ah! Wow, that was good. Alright, as always, if you'd like to play the game, link is in the description, and make sure to sub up and like. And one more thing. If you'd like to see a video where I make a World Cup horror game on Scratch, then click the video on your screen right now. See you there.